just unburdened myself that way and moved the weight a bit away. Oh, I'm going to kill these chickens. I will definitely kill them. This shirt is giving pastor vibes. I'm not sure why. I don't think I like it that much, but I'm just going to film with it like that. I can't change. I really cannot change. Sorry. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Onyinye, and if this is your first time here, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And to all my returning subscribers, thank you so much. From the title, you already know what we are going to be talking about today. It's been a year since I lost my baby. I cannot believe that a whole year has passed since it happened, because it still feels like it happened yesterday. So it's quite weird that all of this time has passed. In this video, I'm just going to be sharing some of the lessons that I have learned going through my experience this past year. I would advise that you stick to the end of the video because the most important lesson is at the end. So watch till the end of the video. Okay, the first thing that I learned is that life goes on. Nothing stops. The world does not stand still. Everything just goes back to normal. Even the nurses who gave you the news, they are on to the next thing in the next minute. Like, your world seems like it ended, but for everybody else, they're just moving on. Even me, as the mom who just lost her child, like, I had to get up, I had to have my bath, I had to be forced to eat, I had to pack my things to leave the hospital, I had to think of my medication, you know, like, everything just keeps going on. You don't have that time to just sit down and live in your grief, like just take in what has happened. It's just like it happened and you're expected to just let it go and move on as quick as possible. There was one very weird nurse in the hospital that told me that I wasn't supposed to cry as hard as I was crying, because apparently it's a culture where I am that, like, when you cry so much for a child that you lost, they will come back again, God forbid. But, like, you know, and it was just such a weird thing to tell me the morning, like the day, the hour that I just found out that I lost my child. So it's just this thing of pick up and go, you know, stand up and start moving on with your life as quick as you can, which can be really frustrating. And I think that this can be both good and bad. Good because in as much as I wanted to wallow in that pain, just be in it and feel all of the feelings that come with having just received that news, the fact that I had to get up and move made it like easy to get back to things. So because I didn't have a lot of time to just sit still and just not do anything and get depressed and just think about all of the things that I've lost, which I still had to do, but I had to do it moving on to other things. I think that it helped me get over my grief quickly. And when I say like get over my grief, not like I forgot what happened or I don't feel the pain, but I learned to like go through the emotion, go through life feeling what I was feeling. I think that up and going attitude helped me heal. But then again, that's because of the kind of person that I am. Sometimes it's good to just be. If you are somebody who needs your time to just be in that grief and feel all of your feelings and go through the emotion, if you don't want to speak to people, if you want to seclude yourself at least for a period of time, if that's a way for you to process everything that happened to you, I think that you should take that time. The second thing that I learned is that when people say I miss you and I think about you every single day, when they are referring to a person that they've lost, it's true. I didn't used to believe that sentence was correct. Like, you cannot think about this person every single day. Like, it's not possible. Like, there are some days that, you know, you move on with your life, like everything is okay, and then there are some days that you have that memory and it's cool. Like, that was my belief until I lost my child, and I can tell you for a fact that it is true. every single day, sometimes multiple times a day. You have just this memory of the person, what they were, what they could have been. Like there's just something that pops up in your head. A smell, a sentence, a child, Instagram. There's just something always reminds you of the person that you've lost. And the good thing about it is that it's not always a negative memory, it's not always a painful memory. Sometimes it's something that would make you smile, sometimes it's something that would make you feel grateful for the time that you had with them, for the person that they were, just for that experience and the learning that you've taken out of it. So it's not always bad, but it's something that is constant. It's a constant memory you have. It's like you'll be surprised how many day-to-day things can remind you of a person that you've lost. Like sometimes it's even random unrelated things. The good thing, like I said, it's not always positive, it's not always negative. Sometimes it can be positive, a lot of the times it's positive, which is a good thing. And when you don't have the not so positive memory, it's a good thing that you can always redirect it to the positive side of things, so that way you are not always bursting into tears in the middle of the day or just feeling sad all of the time. I think we should be at number 3 now. And the third thing that I learned is that I'm a very, very strong person. And I think you are as well. It's amazing the things that we can bear, the things that we can go through without realizing it. Like until you are just tossed into a situation, you don't realize how strong you are and what you are capable of. And this is just something that unfortunately taught me how strong I am. I don't have the words to adequately express the amount of strength that you need to go through day to day bearing loss, or like just bearing the consciousness that you lost something. And it just makes me think about people who are going through a lot of stress, maybe financially, people who have mental health issues, maybe they are depressed, just carrying this burden of something that they are going through day in, day out, and they show up every single day. Which is why I said that I think that you are a strong person as well, because all of us, every single person is going through a lot. Especially now, people are going through things that they cannot necessarily talk to people or another person about. They're just bearing this pain alone and carrying it. But you see them, they are showing up at work, being friendly, smiling, going to church, just having conversations, random conversation with people, just being functional day in, day out. And it's amazing the sort of strength that is required to pull off that appearance. And I think that that's what being human is, that's what being an adult is, the ability to compartmentalize. I think that's what it is. Yeah, just put things in the boxes where they are supposed to be and just move ahead with the thing that is in front of you. It's amazing, I told you, really, really amazing. The fourth thing that grief taught me is that the human mind is capable of processing two extreme emotions at the same time. You can actually be in deep grief and still laugh and still express joy for something that happened to you or even other people. So like there's these two extremes when it comes to like emotions and things that our brain can do. Those two things can be true at the same time, because like during my whole process, even the week that the whole thing happened, I think that I got some news that made me happy, and I got some others that made me really, really sad, even sadder than I was for my own situation. It's just such a weird thing, and I was able to like process all of that at the same time. I had friends who were getting married, preparing to get married, and I was very happy for them, even though like in my personal life I wasn't experiencing any happiness or joy in that period. But I could find a place in my heart to be happy for them, to wish them well, and hope that everything goes as planned, even though like I was not in like a personal space where I could be that for myself. But then again, even in that grief, I can remember multiple times when I busted out laughing in the middle of the day. Like I could still experience happiness and joy even in the midst of grief. And it's such a beautiful thing, I think, that sometimes even though we feel like the sadness is overwhelming and it's going to swallow us, there are things that just pop up that reminds you that it's not going to be like this forever. You would laugh again, you would smile again, things to make you happy. You just have to ride this tide for a short period, and there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Something beautiful is waiting for you, so just stick to it, you know. It was such a beautiful reminder, one that I held dear to my heart, and I was really, really appreciative of the fact that I didn't have to postpone joy, I didn't have to postpone happiness because I was going through this heavy thing. I could experience all of these things and be happy. It was like a beautiful, beautiful thing. And now we've come to the most important lesson that I learned in this whole process, and that for me is that there is no pain, there is no sorrow, there is no hurt that I cannot praise myself out of. I'm a huge music fan. There is like a place in my soul, a place in my spirit that only music can reach. It's like my favorite way to pray, it's my favorite way to concentrate, it's my favorite way to center myself. Just music, like music did it for me. I don't think that there is any way that I would have been able to go through everything that I went through and come out sane if I did not believe in God. And music helped me reconnect and build that connection in such a way that it helped me go through what I was going through. I'm not sure that I would be sane, I would be okay, I would be here if I did not believe or have God with me. If I did not have faith in God, I think that I would have struggled more than I did and more than was necessary. Because when everything happened, I tried to explain it. I tried to understand it. Like, why did he die? Why did I have to get pregnant? Like, why did I carry the pregnancy for as long as I carried it? Why did I give birth? Like I went through labor, gave birth to this child only for the child to die. What is the purpose in that? Why? Like, there was a lot that I could not understand. There was no understanding anything, because looking at it from my human mind, looking at it through my human eye, trying to understand it as a human being, it was just like there were no answers. There was no point. Like, why did it happen? To me, it didn't make any sense. Like, the only way that I could wrap my head around it, the only way that I could go through the confusion that I was feeling at the time, was realizing that I did not create myself. Like, someone created me and put me here. He has control over all of this. He has to have a purpose for this thing that I just went through. So it's not for me to understand, it's not for me to explain, it's for him to do what he needs to do. He designed this, so it's up to him. So I unburdened myself that way. I did not create myself. I'm not in charge of my destiny. Somebody is, and I think that he's in the best place to, you know, answer all of these questions that I have. So just shifting my mentality that way helped me a great deal. I began to find healing that way. All of this cannot just be for nothing, you know. Even though I cannot explain it, even though I don't have answers right now, even though I don't understand why it had to happen, I know that there is purpose in this pain. I cannot just be going through this pain just because God wants to see me sad, just because he wants to hurt me this deep. Like, it cannot be that. I don't think that he finds joy in seeing me this pain or seeing me this hurt. There is purpose in this. It might be the lesson that he wants me to take from it. It might be the blessing that is in the future that would be more than what I have lost, I believe. So there are a lot of things that he has in store for me that I haven't even scratched the surface of yet. I just need to trust that he knows what he is doing. And that, I think, is the ultimate way to heal, to believe that there is something that is bigger than me, bigger than this world, bigger than everything that is in charge of my destiny. Like, what better way, to trust? What else can you trust? What else can you hold on to if you don't have God? I don't think there is anything else. So I chose to, lean into God and pray that he helped me go through what I was going through and to see what the purpose of all of that is. So that's what I did, and I think that I am in a much better space right now. I'm learning quickly also that grief, loss is not something that you just get over. Like I said, there are constant reminders. It's something that you have to deal with day to day, but hopefully you get to a point that that pain, the hurt no longer consumes you, so you can feel what you feel and go through every single day. You have hope. You know that what is in the future is way better than what is in the past and the things that you've lost. So yeah, that's the space where I am now. I think that I am in a good place. I don't know if I should say that I'm still healing, but I know that I am fine. I'm okay. I'm hoping for beautiful things. Yeah, that's where I am now, and that's all that I have for you guys in this video. I hope that you've learned a thing or two. I hope that I've been able to help you if you are going through any sort of pain, loss, grief, issues, whatever it might be. I believe that this does not only relate to grief and stuff. There are other situations that you can navigate using some of these lessons that I've learned. Yeah, so I hope this video has blessed you. Leave me a comment, like this video, subscribe if you are not yet subscribed, and I'll see you guys in my next video.